There once was an emperor who burned down Rome for fun. Well, not for fun exactly. But he did enjoy watching the city burn. And you might be surprised to know that he wasn't even the guy you'd expect. I mean, you probably already know about Caligula, right? The most notorious, pleasure-seeking emperor in Roman history. You know, the guy who hosted orgies in taverns and brothels, chained women chariots, like horses, and whipped them as they pulled him around. Yeah, he's the one most people think of when they think of debauchery and excess in ancient Rome. But the man who burned Rome wasn't even in it for the fun. Commodus was the guy who burned Rome. Not Nero, though. Commodus was a man who took great pleasure in the finer things in life, hosting lavish parties, having beautiful women and men brought before him daily, but his real passion was watching the common folk suffer. You see, Commodus got a kick out of throwing gold coins from a tower, enjoying the sight of common folk fighting over the riches. He hosted deadly hunts in the Roman Forum, pitting men against wild animals, and he chained chariots to chariots like some kind of morbid bumper cars. But none of these were nearly as fun as burning down Rome. You see, Rome had a fire problem. By 564 AD, a massive fire had broken out in the city, destroying quite a bit of it. Everyone blamed Nero for that one, even though he wasn't even in Rome at the time. So when another fire broke out 10 years later, people were quick to blame him again, but this time he wasn't even emperor yet. Commodus was the one who started that fire, too. He'd been emperor for 3 years at that point, ruling alongside his father, Nero. Commodus wanted all of Rome to himself. He murdered his father, then set the city ablaze, watching from his tower as the 7 hills of Rome burned. To make matters worse, he wasn't even there when the fire began. He'd left the city in the care of his 80-year-old son while he went on a little vacation to Capri. But even that didn't go as planned because the boy emperor got food poisoning and died. So Commodus came back to Rome to find a dead son and a burning city. He spent the next 2 weeks throwing gold coins from towers, hunting humans with wild animals, and watching people burn to death. In the end, he rebuilt Rome, mostly just to have the satisfaction of seeing it burn again. Now that's a story that's really easy to misremember. It's a lot like how people forget that Jesus wasn't actually crucified during Passover, but rather during unleavened bread, which is a completely different Jewish holiday where you're really not supposed to eat bread or anything with leavening agents. I don't know about you, but that's a pretty huge detail. Thanks for watching.